Weather Center with a look at the latest timeline. Kat.
And the big update that we have for you this afternoon has to do with the timing. The hurricane is moving faster to the northeast at 20 miles per hour. That means the rain gets here earlier. It should leave earlier tomorrow morning, and we may not see as much rain, especially from the triangle points north. Idalia remains a Category 1 hurricane at this hour. Top wind 75 miles per hour, and close to the center in Georgia, there is a 56 mile per hour gust right now, a 43 mile per hour gust close to the South Carolina line, and up into South Carolina, some gusts up to about 25 miles per hour. There are tornado warnings, and there was a confirmed tornado near Charleston. That's one of the concerns that we have, at least along the North Carolina coast, where there is a tornado watch until 10 o'clock tonight. Less of a threat of that here locally, but you can see the rain beginning to spread into our area. Steady rain already falling in the Sandhills and Fayetteville, starting to reach the Triangle as well as Rocky Mount. It's fairly light rain right now, but the intensity is going to be picking up later tonight. And we're also going to see the winds picking up tonight into tomorrow morning. We have 3 counties in our viewing area under a tropical storm warning. Hoke County, Cumberland County, including Fayetteville, as well as Sampson County. This also includes the entire North Carolina coast, where there could be 1 to 4 feet of storm surge. Overall, minor storm surge, though. The latest forecast track, no major changes to report. We're still likely to see Idalia move right along the North Carolina coast as we head into very early tomorrow morning, and it should continue to move out to sea. We're not looking at a likely scenario that it would try to loop around. So let's talk about futurecasts. Midnight, heavy rain will be falling as we see this storm interacting with our front. The rain really picking up overnight, but by early tomorrow morning, we're seeing the rain exit the area faster. That means by the main morning commute, 8-9 a.m., we should begin to see improvements, just a few lingering showers to the east, and the coast should begin to clear out as we head into lunchtime in the afternoon. But once we get to lunchtime in the afternoon here tomorrow, it's still going to be a fairly windy day, but we should see sunshine and improving conditions. The latest rainfall forecast, still significant rain for the coastal plain and coast, where there could be 7 to 8 inches in spots, but the numbers going down locally, anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches in the Triangle, even less in our northern counties, still 2 to 5 inches possible, though, southeast of the Triangle. WRAL's meteorologist Amy Wilmoth is in the WRAL Storm Tracker in South Carolina. Amy, you've been driving and tracking this hurricane through 3 states today. What are some of the strongest winds you've clocked, and where do they stand right now?
This morning was definitely the strongest winds that we clocked on the weather station here. 105 mile per hour winds when we were down in Florida. We were very close to the eye of the storm, trees coming down on top of power lines. It was a mess in Florida. Now we have winds anywhere from about 30 to 40 mile per hour. Those have been the gusts that we've had within the last 30 minutes or so. And we're keeping a close eye on the radar. We can show you that our location is very close to a tornado warning. So we're keeping a close eye on the clouds up ahead and the radar because we're very close to a tornado warning. These outer rain bands on this side of a tropical system tend to produce these quick spin up tornadoes, so that's going to be the next thing that we're going to have to be careful for. But we did run into numerous downed trees this morning, blocking 10 roads that we were trying to get by. So it was a mess this morning. Right now we're dealing with the rain and now concerned more with the tornado threat as we continue moving to the north and east. Back to you.
All right, we will continue to check in with meteorologist Amy Wilmoth. Thank you in the WRAL Storm Tracker. Thanks to Amy. We want to send it over to Mark Boyle in the live center, keeping a look on the roads here in our area on how things might be impacted. Mark.
Well, Dan, in terms of the roads right now, this is what it looks like across the viewing area right now here at 404. There are some issues out there. The roads are wet. We've seen some rain this afternoon. The crash right here on I-40 heading west, heading out towards Durham. There are some slowdowns right there. One crash popping up south of Garner. We're checking on that and a few other issues out there. But all in all, not a terrible afternoon, but with the rain coming through, we are going to see some slowdowns. One of those slowdowns right here, take a look at the backups building. This is I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. We just showed you that crash on 40. That is what we're talking about. That is this crash. this is what it looks like outside right now. Switching over to some other live pictures. This is out in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina right now. Those strong storms continue to move through. The wind's starting to pick up. You can see the ocean right there. And take a look at this. This is Kiowa Island. It looks even as if the storm has picked up there even more so than where it is in Myrtle Beach right now. And these are some of the conditions happening live on the 4 o'clock hour. Take a look at this live center monitor to my right here. This is down in Florida, Shore Acres in the St. Petersburg area. My mom actually sent this to me about an hour ago. This is a fire. This entire neighborhood right here along the coast of the Tampa Bay, so east side of Pinellas County there on the bay side. All of these homes either have water intrusion in some capacity, and many of those people have evacuated because they're in that low-lying area. Just one example, in this home that's on fire, no one's there to try and put those flames out, of course, because it's just too dangerous to get emergency responders in there. One example, we'll be showing you several here in the live center here this afternoon. Back to you.
That is stunning to see, and we're learning this is a deadly storm now for Florida as well. Mark, thank you. Our meteorologists are predicting 3 to 5 inches of rain for portions of the Sandhills, including Fayetteville. That amount in such a short period of time could, of course, lead to flash flooding. WRAL's Fayetteville reporter Gilbert Bays is joining us now after speaking with the Cumberland County Emergency Management Director. Gilbert, how are they planning to prepare over the next few hours?
Well, they've been preparing yesterday since, I guess, yesterday afternoon for this storm. We're here at the Cape Fear River. We've been kind of monitoring it ourselves. Things look pretty good because the river is kind of low right now. Gene Booth is the Emergency Manager Director. He says his team, along with law enforcement, the Red Cross, and other county agencies are ready to go. And as you mentioned, the big threat down here will be flash flooding.
This is the Cape Fear River. What you see is good news. The river is not that high, so there's plenty of room for more water from creeks and streams to flow in before it hits flood stage. During Hurricanes Matthew and Florence, we saw the Cape Fear River at the base of the Person Street Bridge. But there's still a potential for flooding and power outages. Tonight's storm comes on the heels of a pretty good soaking over the weekend here in Cumberland County.
We were very dry up until this past weekend, and some areas got very little rain in Cumberland County. Some areas got 2, 3, 4 inches of rain on Sunday, at least 2 inches of rain on Sunday. And those are going to be some of the areas that you may be more concerned with the ground saturation and trees falling.
Booth says this storm will be the first test of the county's new emergency management headquarters. The command post will track the storm as it makes its way through our area.
Well, there's nothing scientific about this, but when photojournalist Mike Jordan and I come out here, we normally look at the dock here in the Cape Fear River. We were here at noon, and we could see a lot more of it than we're starting to see, so the water is beginning to come up. Now, the county is ready. They're already starting to respond. They've opened a couple of shelters, one at the Kiwanis Recreation Center at the Honeycutt Park. The other is at Seabrook Park off Seabrook Recreation Center. That's on Slater Avenue. Lena, both of those shelters will be open and available for our residents down here beginning at 7 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, they've learned their lesson, certainly, from Matthew and Florence. So much water. That was stunning at that time. Gilbert Bays reporting live for us in Cumberland County. Thank you.
We will have some strong winds in our area. Idalia bringing 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts to the beaches along the North Carolina coast. King tides as well, and rough water is going to make for an angry ocean. This is a live look. This is Wrightsville Beach. Tough to see what we should expect to see there sometime very soon. It looks rather calm now, but we know that will change. WRAL's Amanda Lamb is there live, joining us with a live look at what the people there are expecting to see.
Yeah, Dan, I just got out of a briefing with New Hanover County, and they tell me they're expecting some gusty winds, a couple inches of rain. They're concerned about tornadoes. But they've been through this before. They are just thankful that this is a tropical storm warning and not a hurricane warning. And as you can see, a lot of people still out here enjoying this day. As you can see, they are surfers. That's what I'm talking about. I've talked to a couple surfers, and they tell me that they just wanted to come out and enjoy the waves ahead of the storm. They are still also preparing their properties, but at the same time, they say Idalia has not disappointed them.
The waves have been great all day, but the rain kind of moved in on us, but we're going to try and get back on it before the storm comes tonight.
But I'm actually living in Raleigh right now. I came home to sort of help my parents batten down the hatches. They have a property on the water over on Hewlett's Creek, so we're a little worried about that.
Now, because of the storm coming, they have closed schools tomorrow here in New Hanover County. They have delayed opening county offices until 12:30, and Wrightsville Beach government offices will be closed. And again, we do expect these conditions to deteriorate, but people are still out here enjoying this. And of course, we will be here all night long and all day tomorrow, keeping you updated on the conditions here in Wrightsville Beach. Dan.
We'll keep checking in with you. Amanda Lamb in Wrightsville Beach. Thank you, Amanda. Almost a dozen school systems in our area have already made some changes to their schedules for tomorrow. Edgecombe, Wilson, Moore, and Nash County schools all closed Thursday due to Hurricane Idalia's potential impact in those areas. A full list of closings scrolling at the bottom of your screen as well. You can also find the list at WRAL.com. And stay with WRAL for complete coverage until the storm passes. After our news at 10 and 11, we will bring you updates every hour overnight. And our morning news begins at 4 a.m. We will have team coverage from here all the way to the coast.
And be sure to download the WRAL News app for up-to-the-minute information about how Idalia could impact you. It is free wherever you get your apps. Next here at 4 o'clock, hundreds of flights either canceled or delayed because of Idalia. WRAL's Julian Grace will join us live at RDU with how the storm is impacting travel here. Plus, we continue our coverage on the deadly shooting at UNC Chapel Hill. WRAL's Matt Tallhelm is live on campus with how students are honoring the professor killed.